How you doing, guys? Welcome back to the Jump to the Zombie channel. I wanted to talk to you real quick about something that has to do with guns and gamers. And when I say gamers, I mean video gamers. I go online a lot. Sometimes you'll be on a forum or watching a YouTube video from a gun channel, say Hickok or whatever it may be, and you'll see comments from some people, and obviously they're probably younger, maybe 14, 15, and they'll say something about they saw this gun in a video game, and they might make a comment about it that's maybe a little naive. The only knowledge they have of these guns are from video games. Now, that's not really the problem, at least not to me. What I see the problem as being is the way some people treat them. As members of the gun community, we want to be good representatives. We don't want to be jerks, and a lot of times these people are. They'll just bash these kids and be like, "Oh, go back to playing your Call of Duty," and etc., etc. I've played video games since I was a little kid. I still play video games, and some of them are first-person shooters. Like, I love Battlefield. And I know it's a video game, and I know it's not entirely realistic, and that's okay, because it's a video game. But I grew up with a father who taught me how to shoot when I was 4 or 5 years old, and I've been shooting my whole life. I know these things because I was lucky enough to have that. A lot of these kids never touched a gun in their life. They've never held one. They don't have anyone in their family who shoots to show them these things. They play a video game and they're like, "Oh, this gun's really cool, check it out." And maybe that's all they know about that gun is what they saw in a video game, and it's not entirely accurate. But you know what? They're showing an interest in firearms. What we need to do is nurture that. Maybe they sound a little naive or a little ignorant, and that's fine. Maybe because some of them are immature because they're young, or some of them may not be so young, but they just don't know. Instead of saying, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about, go back to your Call of Duty, gamer dork," or whatever these guys say, why don't you stop being a jerk, and why don't you say, "Hey, actually this gun doesn't do that, and in real life it's like this, but, check out this video," or whatever. Why don't you help them? Why don't you say, "Hey, these kids have an interest in firearms, let's bring them to our side. Let's be cool. Let's say, hey, you know what? Yeah, if you got any questions, just send me an email or a private message, and I'll answer some questions for you." Don't give them the experience of saying, "Hey, I'm watching videos about real guns, and maybe I said something that was wrong, but everybody jumped on me." Don't be a bad representative of the gun community. Don't have them say, "Oh, I really wanted to go shooting, but every time I talk to a gun person online, they call me an idiot." It leaves a bad taste in their mouth, and maybe they're not going to want to go shooting or have anyone teach them because they're afraid we're all jerks. Let's not do that. Let's be cool. Let's say, "Hey, why don't you ask me some questions and I'll help you out." I think it's a much better attitude about it, and I think we need to stop bashing these kids and just welcome them and allow them to come in to see what we do and what it's all about, and get them involved so that they can be part of our community. The more the better. We need people on our side. We have a hard enough fight on our hands right now trying to keep our rights and do what we do legal, and there's no reason to push people away. Let's get them on our side. So basically what I'm saying is, next time you want to say, "Oh, you don't know nothing, you don't know what you're talking about," think about it, and think about the consequences of what you're saying. I know some people don't care, they might not listen, but remember, we're trying to get people on our side and bring people up. Not every kid has a father that taught them how to shoot when they were a little kid and took them into the woods and hunting, or however they got introduced to firearms. And not everybody's so lucky. So maybe you can be that someone for someone. Talk to some people, get them shooting. Take somebody say they got kids that play video games and they want to go shooting. Maybe you can take them shooting. Let them learn something and teach them how to be safe, because they don't know. They've got no exposure to it other than video games, so maybe help them out. So that's all I wanted to say. Just a quick video, and I just kind of wanted to get my point across, because I kind of get tired of seeing people bash on them. There's no reason for us to be jerks or sound elitist or just, have attitudes with them, because they just They just want to learn, and they don't have anyone to teach them. So why don't we be those people? And that's about all I got on that right now. So I'll see you guys next time. I want to do a quick video with you.
You're Italian. What do they expect?
Hey.